Well, we want to, all of our superheroes mostly have been American. So we want to get a Chinese one. We're also working on an Indian one, Chakra.
Right.
And I'm working on, I can't announce it yet, but I'm working on a Latino superhero. We have a black one, Marvel has, called the Black Panther, which will be a movie pretty soon.
Why not a Latino?
Pardon me?
Why haven't we had a Latino?
That's what I'm working
on. I know,
now.
why not?
Absolutely.
You would think, well, that's late, isn't it?
See, the thing is, normally when I would sit down to write about a superhero, I think of a normal American one because I'm American and I'm surrounded by, in this country. But lately I've been thinking we've got to be more worldwide.
Stan Lee grew up in a time period where redlining was still a central pillar in discrimination against minority groups. So while he and other writers during this time period weren't necessarily being malevolent against minorities, you can see how black people were in fact being subconsciously excluded from movies, comic books, and popular media as a result of white people rarely even being around them. This is precisely why Lee and Kirby created Black Panther in the first place, because they realized that there weren't enough positive representations of black people in popular culture at the time. You see, Stan Lee is calling attention to an important cultural mindset that has and still continues to plague society, media, and history: white defaultism, which is the direct result of the exclusionary practices I mentioned earlier. White defaultism, or white normality, is best described as this unspoken assumption that white people are the default and that any non-white people, culture, or perspective inherently add extra baggage and need to justify their existence. That's why you'll see people like this arguing that black characters in video games are nothing more than gimmicks, which serves to diminish their value in modern media. By now, I hope you can immediately see the problem with the term blackwashing. White people have dominated entertainment for years, from movies, comic books, music, and television. And most of these white characters weren't created to be white because being white is an important part of their character. They were white purely out of convenience. The term blackwashing implies that a black to white race-swapped character automatically erases white culture, but white people still make up the majority of Hollywood roles. Black people's inclusion in these stories aren't taking anything away from anyone. They're putting black people into positions they have deserved to be in for years. This is why the whole forced diversity argument that circulates around the internet is completely disingenuous. The inclusion of underrepresented groups isn't an example of shoving wokeness in your face. It's a correction of the forced homogeneity that has plagued media for decades.